Kane Trend Monitoring Office, how can I help you? And back joining us in the studio for the latest in our Monday's K-Trend Monitoring Office is David Kim. David, hello to you.
Hello, SJ. Glad to be here.
Had a good weekend?
Oh, yeah. It was a good weekend. Kind of got chilly over the weekend.
It got cold today, man.
Yeah, it's very cold. I actually have a jumper outside, yeah.
No, seriously, today is just a completely different kind of weather. Just don't get sick, people.
Yeah.
David, last week we had a rather interesting discussion in what seemed to be a very simple topic turned into something very big. What is K-pop?
Right.
And I think this is you'll get different answers depending on who you talk about. Different people will tell you different things about what they think about K-pop.
Right.
And we're going to do part 2. But I want to just read some messages because we got messages coming in. Bruce over in Los Angeles says K-pop is as great as ever. New Jeans, aespa, Blackpink, NMIXX, Islet. But Bruce, you also kind of said BTS uses too much autotune, but you also did choose a lot of the singers or groups that use autotune, so I don't know what you're...
I think he's a girl group guy.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
It could be that.
I'm assuming, but yeah.
You can't say you don't like BTS because they use autotune and name those groups because they also use autotune too, which again goes back to, we'll talk about how much has changed. But what are we going to talk about in part 2, David?
Yeah, so today is what is K-pop 2, and last week we covered a little bit about like what composes K-pop internally in the matters of like lyrically or music wise, but let's go a little like outside, or maybe it could be internal as well too. We're going to be talking about who are the faces of K-pop.
Okay.
Like where are they from? Are they Korean or not? Like who is training them? Who are the companies? Who's behind the music?
Sure.
And all that kind of stuff today. So yeah, we're going to be basically talking about who are the people in and behind K-pop.
Oh man, this is a very tough question because let me play the old school K-pop here.
Okay.
You ask 90s, 2000s, who are the faces of K-pop?
Yeah.
They'll tell you like H.O.T.
Right.
Right. Pinker.
Shinhwa, maybe.
Shinhwa.
Yeah.
I used to say
G.O.D.
Baby Vox. G.O.D. was definitely at one point the face of K-pop. The Wonder Girls were at one point the face of K-pop.
Right, TVXQ, all these good groups.
Now it's so hard because there are so many that are big in their own ways. Okay, so now let's enlighten me. Today's going to be more of a class time for me where I learn today's K-pop.
All right.
Who are the idols of K-pop today, David?
Yeah, so we're going to focus on a particular aspect today. I think it might be hard for you to grasp who are the idols of K-pop nowadays, even more as a Korean, because there's a lot of different kind of people in these K-pop groups in terms of diversity. So we, in the old days, like from the first gen or second gen, we only saw 1 or 2, maybe foreign members in a K-pop group.
True.
So it was like, for us, easier to remember the names and follow where they're from. Like someone's from Daejeon, someone's from Daegu and all that. But now they're all from like Thailand, someone's from Australia, someone's from New Zealand, and all over the world. And their names are like, very different, right?
Yes.
So like to mention some groups, like there's a group called &TEAM.
Never
Have you heard of
No,
them?
never
They're
heard
all
of
Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's also NCT Wish. Most of them are Japanese.
Yes.
I can't remember all their names either. There's also groups like Girls Said, Baby Monster. Most of them are non-Koreans as well too. So now the tables have kind of flipped.
Yeah.
Like no longer are there like a majority of Korean members in K-pop groups anymore. So there comes the question again, can this be considered K-pop if the members themselves are not Korean?
Yeah.
And some of them might be speaking in Korean, but some of them might not be that fluent. So like there comes the question again, like do they have to speak Korean? Do they have to sing in Korean? And yeah, that kind of blurs the lines.
So I want to use this logic, okay? So I was coming to work today and I knew what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
I wanted to use this, and again, I have nothing against non-Korean members. Marketing-wise, it makes sense.
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's why in the beginning it started off with members from like Southeast Asia because there was a growing number of Southeast Asian listeners, Japanese members because Japanese market was getting big. How about this? I can't speak Spanish.
Right.
Right, my Spanish is terrible. Buenas noches is all the Spanish I know.
Okay.
But let's say I wanted to be a Latin singer.
Yeah.
Man, I got so inspired by Ricky Martin and Julio, Enrique Iglesias, and Mark Anthony back in the days. And I said, I want to be a Latin singer. And I'm going out there going Vida Loca, but I don't know any Spanish.
Right.
Would I be accepted as a Latin singer?
I don't think so.
And I don't look Latin.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I think this is definitely a unique thing that just coexists in K-pop. Maybe we're more accepted as people, or maybe this is, as you mentioned, like a marketing kind of move for the companies to just expand the global market. But like as you mentioned, I think K-pop is just becoming more and more diverse, whereas like, you know, us integrating into like Latin music would be very difficult in the flip side. So like if you look at it, you just mentioned you know, in the first generation, second generation of K-pop, most of the foreign members, they were the minorities in the groups, and also they came only from adjacent countries such as Japan, China, and Thailand. And that's pretty obvious. We weren't like being xenophobic towards like non-Asian countries. It was just like obvious because we have like similar cultural backgrounds. We look kind of similar with each other, and you know, like our cultures are easier more to like to merge. But nowadays that barrier has just broken. People are coming from all sorts of different continents, from Europe to North America, Latin America. We even have like the aforementioned groups that are 100% non-Korean. We have groups like Cat's Eye that are like not even Korean. There's one Korean member, but like from all sorts of different places. And the global auditions are going crazy as well too.
They're going all over the continents, all the continents.
Yeah, so back in the days, you might have picked on you might have watched Produce 101.
Yes.
I think I remember that era. But nowadays, do you know auditions such as Island or yeah. So like if you watch these kind of auditions, you'll be surprised at the participation of so many diverse countries, and also the participation in terms of fan interaction as well too, because the mass majority of the votes are coming from overseas.
Yeah.
So like there's even a rule now, I don't know if this is fair or not, that Korean votes are like, you know, they're like double points than like the global votes. So like it's come to a point where like, oh, we need to kind of preserve the Koreanness of this by like giving us like double points or something like that. So yeah, the tides are definitely shifting fast.
I love the discussion that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Bruce says Cat's Eye is multinational, but clearly K-pop. Crash Override says there's nothing K-pop about Cat's Eye. Here's the thing. Okay, how about this? Okay.
Yeah.
Crash says K-pop isn't about the singer, but the music. But we mentioned last week that even music, it's being produced by American producers.
Exactly.
They're produced by people that's worked with American artists. And it clearly does not have that K-pop, that old school K-pop theme. And then is it still considered K-pop? Like, what is K-pop, you know?
Coming back to that question over and over again.
So that's the argument that could be made. I mean, it's, you know, you can't say that it's music anymore because music has also changed. But again, this is, you mentioned some groups here that's, again, foreign members outnumbering Korean members.
Right.
Even entirely non-Korean members. Black Swan.
Yeah.
No Korean members?
No Korean. Their members kind of change time to time, so it's very hard to follow. From what I know, the majority at least is non-Korean members. Yeah.
XG.
Yeah, XG. That's another question similar to Cat's Eye. Can they be considered K-pop or not? Because they're fully in Japanese.
They sing everything in Japanese.
Yeah.
Hold on.
English.
English.
But from what I know, they're mostly like Japanese members. members.
Okay.
So they follow the K-pop training process and the production system from Seoul, and they're sometimes on like Korean music shows. So like the lines are super blurry. Same for Cat's Eye. Like most of the members are non-Korean. There's only one Korean member, and they're produced by Hybe, but also they don't have Korean lyrics. They're mostly like pop music, and they're like performing in the States. So can we call them K-pop? So it's become like a mumbo jumbo over here, and it's just very hard to just pinpoint on it.
Now, call me old school, but when you're telling me that all the members are non-Koreans and they don't sing a lick of Korean, and it's all English or Japanese, to me that's just pop.
Pop, right? Everyone has their own standards. Like you can see in the chat, like people are discussing, I guess, like arguing against each other.
No, seriously. Like I mean, that's the thing. It's so difficult now, and I think the thing that really brought it out was all the more because K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Because you see what you see in front of you is very Korean, and then all of a sudden they be singing Golden.
Yeah.
I still don't even know the lines.
Yeah.
But it's all in English.
There's like a little bit of like sprinkles of Korean in there, here and there.
Like,
so I think at this point we need to make like a checklist for like how many check boxes you get, how many checks you get for like, oh, do you qualify Korean member? Okay, Korean lyrics. Okay, produced by Korean label. Okay, so like if you get more than 3, you're K-pop. If you don't, like you're not. Something like that.
Who makes that rule though?
I don't know. Maybe we should make it, but yeah.
But I almost feel like now it's not even to do with the nationality anymore. It doesn't have to do with the language anymore. K-pop is a system.
Right.
It's just the system, the whole training system.
Right.
And I.
So in that term, Cat's Eye could be K-pop as well too. So it like if you move the goalpost here and there, like you can always apply like, oh, this group is K-pop or not. So it's just getting very ambiguous over here. I mean, I would definitely argue groups like Idol or Baby Monster, even though the Korean members are outnumbered, they sing in Korean and their activities are in Korea, so they're definitely K-pop, right? Nobody has like a argument over them.
But Bruce, you said rock and roll was an American invention, yet the greatest band was English. That's why they have a thing called American rock and British rock. It's kind of, divides there. David, let's take a short song break here because we need to. You chose Gnarly by Cat's Eye. Just why?
Obviously, because like Cat's Eye is the hot potato of today, and everybody's debating whether it's K-pop or not. Let's give it a listen.
There it is. There's Cat's Eye with Gnarly. That was Gnarly by Cat's Eye with 0 Korean words.
We were checking out the lyrics together, and SJ was like, "This is not K-pop."
They're talking about fried chicken, gnarly, partying the Hollywood Hills. That's one of the lines, guys. Fried chicken, gnarly, partying the Hollywood Hills. This song is gnarly. Oh my God, that new beat. Beep. Gang, gang.
Yeah.
Gang, gang. There's a lot of gang, 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 gang.
Yeah.
If you were to play this song to me, and I don't even know this song, and I'd be like, what do you think it is? I think it's pop music. It's what American pop music. Bruce says, no, rock is rock. Missing the point. Well, that's like saying pop is pop then. Then we can't divide K-pop with, American pop and all that stuff. Pop is pop. But without going into further argument here, I like this message here from I Love Korea 143. Like for some international film awards, 50% or above of the dialogue must be in particular language in order to be nominated. We can consider doing the same for K-pop. I think it's a big problem when more than 70%, and we have 100% songs are not in Korean.
Right.
And how is that K-pop?
Right.
And the Korean listeners have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. It's confusing times, man.
And also, thank you, I Love Korea, again, for correcting me. EJ from N Team is Korean, though. I must correct that fact, so there's one Korean member.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but
there's always a Korean member in a group. Yeah. At least Korean, maybe.
So
K-pop.
Got the quota there. So let's talk about now how management structure is evolving too.
Right. So, I mean, we've been talking about the members, but now behind the scenes, who produces, who trains these K-pop groups, that's also very important too, and that's a part of K-pop we could consider. So in the early 2000s, Korean agencies tightly controlled all the members and the training step by step, meticulously in the training style and the songwriting and the promotions, all these kind of things. But nowadays, people are saying, and we can observe that K-pop infrastructure is kind of decentralizing, or it's maybe we could say de-Koreanizing.
Okay.
It's getting less and less strict. There are now global sub-labels like HYBE Japan,
Yes.
JYP America,
Yes.
SM US, HYBE and Geffen in the US. So these sub-labels are taking local leadership. And thus, this is giving more and more creative freedom to the groups. There's a group called Cordis that's really popular nowadays. And they're known for like self-producing, self-writing, and self-doing everything nowadays. And yeah, like these kind of tide change, like atmosphere changes, are a very vivid, a drastic kind of change in the atmosphere of K-pop itself.
So would you say that then the K-pop scene, the system, that
Yeah.
the management that we're talking about right now, to me, this is changing into like a very Western style.
Yes. So like it was always like the international audiences that complained that K-pop is so machine-like. It's like a system, like they kind of exploit the members. They don't give them any creative freedom. I guess that feedback kind of worked. Or maybe the local K-pop companies that are trying to expand overseas saw that problem, and they're trying to open up a little bit more, give more space to the members themselves.
I know that the old management way was, I mean, there's some bad in it, as it's like the trainee system,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
was kind of like a uniquely Korean thing, where at a very young age you would scout these kids, or they'd audition, and you go to the trainee system, and you're there for years, and who knows, whatever. That was something that was unique to K-pop, but even that is now being gone away.
Yes. So I think it's like cherry picking the good stuff from the Korean system, like the hardworking, diligent, like this very systemized training structure, like learning other languages, all that kind of stuff. Plus the Western side pros of like creativity or like expressing yourself and whatnot. Yeah.
To me, that just tells me there's getting less K-pop. It's just getting less Korean and less Korean, to the point where is the Korean identity anymore?
Yeah. I mean, this is like, I just came from the conference in New York last week, and there was a HYBE COO over there, and he said something very interesting during his lecture. He said HYBE is internally, it actually has a policy of like not getting obsessed with the K anymore. Like they're like, in order for K-pop to actually expand, we have to drop the K. We have to be less obsessed with it. We have to adopt new cultures. And that's how it's going to be adopted into the mass or the mainstream of different cultures. So that's why they have these sub-labels, HYBE India, HYBE Latin America. And as long as K-pop is owned, like the roots are ours, it's forever going to be ours. But then we'll have a mass spread, just like soccer, like football's from the UK, England, right? But then everyone in the world enjoys it. And so I don't know. That's a very controversial statement to me.
That is a very controversial statement, to drop the K in K-pop.
Like, I guess
But keep the
dissolve it,
roots?
water it down. Yeah.
Then what is K-pop then? If you're gonna drop the K in, it's pop. That's exactly the point that I was trying to make here.
Yeah.
Is that K-pop is turning more pop than anything, and then you can't drop the K.
Yeah, I mean, but some people would still argue, like, was it even K in the first place? The mixed genres of music were always foreign adoptions anyways. Also, the international producers. Nowadays, like, if you see the line of producers in the credits, like, most of them are from overseas.
Yes.
Like, they're international. It was like that in the beginning, too. Like, there were, like, I think 20 to 30% in the credits, but nowadays it's, like, 80%. Like, 10 lists of people in the credits,
Yes.
from all different countries. So that's another difference happening as well too, like as it's getting more and more global. Also, one thing to note is the promotion strategy as well. So like, I don't know if I'm able to mention this, but like we have our own like Korean national broadcasting system.
Yes.
인기가요s, Mnet, M Countdowns, and like show 음악 중심 and
Yeah.
these kind of programs where the K-pop idols would perform every single week. That was very Korean too. Like every single week we would go on a show, they would compete, and someone would get the first place.
Yes.
But nowadays some idols don't even participate in them. They're like, what's the point? Like, we don't need that. We'll just go to Lollapalooza. We'll just go to Coachella. We'll just go to New York Times Square.
I I mean, I kind of understand because you're chasing the money, right? I mean, yes, the whole point of this is make money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not everybody, but marketing stands financially, you're chasing the money and, coming out in these shows and winning awards, I don't know, probably pays far less than what you get paid at Lollapalooza and all those places. But you're absolutely right. Now, it used to be when I grew up, I go to Taegwang Video in New York and borrow Music Bank,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm always like all the big names, H.O.T.,
Right.
Baby Vox, Finkel, they're always competing for the top prize, and it was a big deal.
Yeah, nobody cares about that anymore. I mean, like, no offense to the fandoms that actually do care, but like what I'm saying is like the value of like winning first place on those shows nowadays are kind of devalued, and it's like, oh, I'm on Good Morning America, so what? Like, I don't care about Inkigayo.
What was it? They made a big deal with the Wonder Girls coming out in the Wendy Williams show some years ago, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
That's a big deal coming out of Wendy Williams song. That show is terrible. Might as well just come out of Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, and also C. Rhodes Design just mentioned the show ended this week, so it's one less music show. See? Like, everything's just disappearing. Is this good or bad? I don't know.
It's just, I mean, I understand there's big market overseas, right? But you're also losing an identity that was once K-pop.
Exactly.
And you no longer have that.
It's very bittersweet.
David, he also picked a song from Kickflip called How We Kickflip, which, why this song?
So they're a very new rookie group, but they performed in Lollapalooza straight off. That would be unfathomable in the past.
But now it's
it's doable.
It's not the norm, but it's doable.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Kickflip with How We Kickflip. And that was Kickflip with How We Kickflip. I was just telling David, it reminds me of the band Boys Like Girls that I really used to enjoy. Got some messages. I love these messages coming in. Kel over in Wales says, I love BTS with my entire heart, but their desire to win a Grammy resulted in cheesy English song releases. As soon as companies saw the attention and views, it was game over for all of us. Let's see. There was another message. So Crash Override says J-pop is always in Japanese. Now, they do mix a little bit of English.
Yeah.
But they kept their identity. Right. So which is why J-pop, we can still clearly say that they have their identity. But that's also the reason why J-pop didn't last long.
Yeah, it kind of dwindled. So.
Yeah. Whereas K-pop, they're going, we're seeing
and bigger.
We're seeing where the attention is going. Let's get them to understand our lyrics. But to me personally, it's like, I liked it when some of the K-pop listeners, they were learning Korean because they wanted to understand K-pop, the music. They wanted to understand the culture. They wanted to know more about the language. Now they're probably like, man, I don't need to learn Korean. I don't understand everything that's there. Even though they go like, talking about, what are you talking about? Fried chicken party in the Hollywood Hills. And, this song... Oh my God, that new beat.
Is that gnarly or spaghetti?
Gang, gang, gang.
Okay.
Everything's gnarly.
I think SJ's new favorite songs are gnarly and spaghetti.
Yes. I'll make a song called Gnarly Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Might as well just do that.
Yeah, but I'm glad you talked about that because this is exactly what we're going to talk about, like fan perception.
Yes.
Or listener perception on what they think about K-pop.
Yes.
So we got SJ's take on K-pop, and obviously some people in the comments are arguing and discussing very hard on what K-pop is. But here's an interesting survey result. On a 2025 Korea Cultural Center survey found out that 63% of international fans define K-pop by style and system, not by nationality, and only 27% believe Korean members are essential for a group to be considered K-pop. So wow. That Korean members don't matter anymore.
So, but mind you, though, this is by international fans.
Yeah, probably. Yes, probably because it's by the Korean Cultural Center, and international fans define K-pop by style and system. Yes,
that's like asking Americans, hey, is that Gulf of America or is that Gulf of Mexico?
Well, I do think it's now fair to survey international fans because they're the bigger pie. They're the majority of K-pop.
Fair enough.
The dynamics have definitely flipped. And and these results are just mind-blowing to me because it's a complete reversal from just a decade ago. Nobody would have imagined this kind of result. Like back then, even having like less than one non-Korean member, like having even one non-Korean member was considered diversity.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like, you know,
it used to be that diversity meant having a Kyopo member in the band.
Yeah. Like Nick Kun in 2 p.m. was like, wow, they have a Thai member, you know.
But here's the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Even if like Pamhani, New Jeans, Vietnamese,
Vietnamese,
but very Korean.
Yes.
She's picked up the Korean language. Lisa of Blackpink speaks fluent Korean.
Yeah.
Right, and you could say that about Nick Kun. You could say that about all the members, but they try to be as Korean as possible,
Yes.
speak the language, sing the song in Korean.
Yes.
Now it's like you don't even need to know Korean.
Like,
Anybody that looks, you know, decent enough and can sing the lyrics and dance to it, now you could be a K-pop star.
yeah, and back then, like, you had to learn the language as well, too. Nowadays, there are some members that, like, lack on the Korean language as well, and the Korean members are, like, filling up for them during the interviews. I understand if they're in the learning process, but back then, they were fully trained already.
Yeah.
Like, for the camera. They would already speak Korean, so, like, that's a very big difference for sure.
But because now, like, also the agencies are big on teaching everybody, getting all the members to learn English and stuff, because you're doing now bigger, quote unquote, bigger interviews with English speaking media.
Yeah.
And Korean, I mean, you could, like, look at Jennie.
Jennie, yes.
Dude, there's no K-pop in her anymore.
Really? Do you think so?
I don't see no K-pop. I see Britney Spears. I see Lady Gaga. I see Miley Cyrus.
I guess she's ethnically Korean.
I mean, no, she looks Korean.
Yeah, and she speaks Korean too. I mean, you could argue with Blackpink's case as well too, because like Rosé's from I think New Zealand, Jennie's from Australia. Maybe that's flipped. Lisa's from Thailand. So the only actual Korean like
Jisoo.
citizen is like Jisoo.
Jisoo.
Yeah, so that's very interesting if you think about it.
I mean, but still, it had the Korean, you know? It's just that more and more afterwards, when they found out where K-pop music, where the market is, they turn more Western.
Yeah.
And that's the beef that I have, is turning more Western and losing the identity that is K-pop. And to the point where, when I mentioned that song once again last week, what is that song? You know, 건물 사이, Rose Blossom. 건물 사이에 핀 장미처럼, right? That I was like, oh my goodness, that sounds very Korean. And it had majority Korean language lyrics. It had very little English, and I was like, it's what K-pop used to be, but we don't have that anymore.
Right. And in terms of like, I'm glad you mentioned that because like it's very hard to articulate the Koreanness, like the Korean feel of it. But I don't think it only is confined to the sound itself. Like if you look at the performances or the visuals or the music videos nowadays of K-pop groups, have you seen the spaghetti music video?
No.
Do you intend to?
No.
Okay, but like if you look at these new music videos coming out, if you look at these performances, you can acknowledge the fact that they are very much in Western style as well. Back then, I would say, I don't want to like degrade it or anything, but there was a little bit of tackiness. Like that little, I don't know, weird.
That's what K-pop was.
Exactly. The absurdity, like the weirdness that was going on.
오르는
Yeah.
그대의 웃음소리 찬이. Come on now. It's tacky, but it's Korean.
Yeah, you had like these skinny jeans, like all colorful, and like these very hyper choreoed, you know, moves and all that, and it kind of resembled like you know those feels when you get when you watch like Japanese CFs, like commercials.
Yes.
Like the weird, like weirdo-ness. But nowadays it's just very cool. It's just very avant-garde, like very Western, and even like on stages, there's a lot of criticism. I don't agree on this. People can decide what they want to wear, but like a lot of people criticize like, oh, what are they wearing nowadays? Oh, like put some clothes on, you know? Like nowadays, you know how like Beyonce and all these divas in the West like have very like, you know, revealing clothes, right? Now K-pop idols are adopting that. Back then, that was unthinkable. Like people were like, oh, there's some cleavage. Oh no, that's too short.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like nobody cares. Like it's like, oh, go girl, go girl.
Blackpink is another example of all this. Let's still kind of wrap things up here again. K-pop, what is K-pop? If I were to ask you this question, let's do a big on circle right now.
Yeah.
What is K-pop, David?
I think going back to the original definition, it's a mix of everything. It's a mix of Korean lyrics, Korean members, also, like a lot of different genres, the training system, the fan culture, with now the combination of diversity added from multicultural roots and members and all that. So it's a mix of everything. It's like bibimbap.
I think, that's one of the few things that haven't changed so far, I think, is the fandom, which, again, made a very uniquely Korean thing that's still kind of around. But, again, as someone who, again, listened to Korean music since, the 90s and stuff, and really enjoyed through the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and maybe even up until 2020s.
Yeah.
It's I want still a little bit of that Koreanness to be still around. I think it's changing too much. It's very Western, and then it doesn't make it unique. It doesn't make it special anymore. And again, the big thing is now no one needs to learn Korean in order to understand the lyrics anymore, right? Oh boy, guys, stop fighting now. Topic's over now. We'll continue to have fun discussions like this, but David, thank you so much. You chose a song from N- called Sweet Venom. Any reason for that?
Yeah, so N- is the representative group that was selected from a global audition. A lot of their lyrics and their songs are like inspired by the West and a lot of different cultures. They have a lot of Japanese members as well too. So I thought it was the perfect song.
Dude, the whole time I've been mispronouncing their name.
N-.
It's N-, not N-.
Yeah, they also performed this in Coachella.
Oh, there you go. All right, David, thanks very much for this. It was fun 2 weeks. We'll see you again next week, buddy.
Bye-bye.